If you don't fight for what you want, don't cry for what you lose. Let that hit you. Because the truth is, life won't hand you victory. The enemy doesn't give up territory without a battle, and your purpose doesn't come with shortcuts. You want restoration? You're gonna have to fight. You want your family healed? You're gonna have to fight. You want to rebuild your mind, your faith, your future? You're gonna have to fight. And there's one man in the Bible who shows us exactly how to do that. His name was Nehemiah. This is more than just a story. This is your blueprint for battle. Nehemiah was just a cupbearer in a palace, a servant. But his heart broke when he heard the walls of Jerusalem were in ruins. Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 4 says, "And it came to pass when I heard these words that I sat down and wept and mourned certain days and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven." He could have cried and stopped there, but he cried and then he got up. Some of you are sitting in the ruins of your own life, crying over what you've lost. But Nehemiah shows us, cry, pray, fast, but don't stay stuck. There comes a time when your tears have to become tools. Your heartbreak has to become hammer and nails. Your sorrow must become strategy. Nehemiah approached King Artaxerxes to ask for permission to rebuild Jerusalem. He prayed first, then took bold action. Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 5 says, "If it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor with you, send me to Judah, to the city where my forefathers are buried, so that I may rebuild it." Nehemiah didn't wait for someone else to do it. He asked for the opportunity and then walked through the door. This is where many of us stop. We wait for life to hand us what we need. But Nehemiah teaches us, sometimes the only thing standing between ruin and restoration is your boldness to ask and act. If you don't fight for it, don't cry when your stays broken. Nehemiah started rebuilding the wall, but the enemy came fast. Sanballat and Tobiah mocked him, tried to distract him, and even plotted to kill him. Nehemiah chapter 4 verse 17 says, "Those who were building the wall and those who were carrying the loads did the work with one hand while holding a weapon in the other hand, one hand on the bricks, one hand on the sword." That's how you rebuild your life. It's spiritual war. You pray and you fight. You fast and you hustle. You stay alert. You stay armed. Nehemiah didn't quit. He didn't run. He fought for it. What are you rebuilding right now? A marriage? A ministry? A sense of self-worth? Whatever it is, hold your sword and keep building. The enemy tried to distract Nehemiah. Nehemiah chapter 6 verse 3 says, "So I sent messengers to them, saying, I am engaged in a great work, and I am not able to go down. Why should the work cease? While should I leave it and come down to you?" That right there, that's the mindset of a warrior. I cannot come down. People will try to pull you down when you're building something big. You have to learn to say, I cannot come down to gossip. I cannot come down to drama. I cannot come down to fear. Stay focused. Your mission is too great. Your purpose is too urgent. You're not just fighting for a wall, you're fighting for your future. Nehemiah chapter 6 verse 15 says, "So the wall was completed on the 25th day of Elul, in 52 days, 52 days. That's all it took to rebuild what had been in ruins for decades. Why? Because one man refused to cry over the loss without fighting for the win. The enemy couldn't stop him. The mockers couldn't break him. The fear couldn't silence him. He fought and he finished. And so will you. Now it's your turn. Nehemiah's story isn't about a wall. It's about resilience. It's about spiritual gifts. It's about making a decision. I will fight for what matters. Nehemiah fought for a city. You might be fighting for your mind, your peace, your calling, your identity, your family. Whatever it is, fight. If you don't fight for what you want, don't cry for what you lose. Let your faith fuel your fight. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7 says, "I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith." You don't need more chances. You need more courage. If this message fired up your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Breaking Limits for more powerful, Bible-based motivation every week. Turn on the notification bell. Let's build together. Let's fight together. Let's finish strong together.